I gotta really get my setup together. I know I have not really done my original setup. I don't have to be doing all of this adjustment. So, I'm sorry, guys. I should have did this before I hit the live button. I thought I did. Oh, I thought I did. So we're going to wait for everybody to come on in, and then we are going to start doing our poll. And I still don't like the way that this looks. That's a little better. Not that much better. Okay, I think that's a little better. Hey, Ashley, wait a minute. I gotta try to fix my screen here. We're just giving everybody some time to come on in, and then we are going to do the poll. And then if you're going to be watching playback and you are part of the Patreon community, please know that I did not get a chance to post your 369 reading today, but it will be up tomorrow with a bonus in the reading, okay? And I don't know if anyone else is feeling tired. This energy has me feeling really, really tired. All right, we're going to try to do this again. This look has my face looking all bad. All right, we're just waiting for everybody to come on in. Then we're going to start the poll. And in the meantime, I'm going to try and get my setup together. Oh, tired and frustrated emotionally. We're going to get into that. A lot of that is... a lot of that frustration, Ashley, you can be feeling all of that change in Uranus. So I did the astrology breakdown on Monday. Wait, let me see if maybe I can do it this way. I did the astrology breakdown on Monday. And here we go. I think this is a lot better. I did the astrology breakdown on Monday, and a lot of energy was still sitting in Aquarius. And we're going to get into that a little bit. Boom, that's better. I like that. It took like 3 minutes just to get that set up. Okay, I can live with that. Okay. All right, so we are going to do the energy tonight. This energy reading that we're doing tonight is going to stem from today, Wednesday, up until next Wednesday when we meet again here live. The topic is accountability. That's what I was feeling as I was in meditation all day today. And that kind of came out of that leadership call yesterday too, just kind of taking inventory on everything that was said on that call yesterday. Hey, beautiful Jasmine, how are you doing, my love? So we're getting into this energy tonight. If you're part of the Patreon community, your reading will be up tomorrow with some bonus information in there. We're just giving people some time to come on in because sometimes, you know, this notification don't go out right away. And in the meantime, we're going to shuffle these cards. I don't know. I got a new deck of cards. I really like them. They're like the jumbo oversized cards. They're hard to shuffle regular way. So you got to figure out how to shuffle them like long ways. But so we're going to start kind of bringing on the energy on in. We're going to be thanking our angels, our guides, our ancestors. We're going to be thanking our divine masculine and feminine energy. We are going to be thanking all of the energy in the atmosphere that is helping, guiding, protecting, encouraging, motivating. And I also want to say helping us to stay accountable too. All right. All right. And it is done, and it is done, and it is done. Jasmine, has you been feeling tired? How this energy has been treating you? Oh, yeah, Jasmine, this Aries energy will make you feel like you want to work. For me, it is making me do a lot of mental work. And because of this Uranus energy that we have going on, I'm also finding that I'm having to reevaluate what stays, what goes, what needs to be renewed. what needs to be removed because I'm no longer on that path, you know. So we're going to get into this energy tonight. Okay, so we're going to start off. Hey, how are you, parenting through ascension? We are going to get into the cards tonight. So y'all know how I do, right? You guys know that you're not just responsible for your sun sign, aka the month that you were born, right? You're responsible for mastering all aspects of the zodiac signs. So that's all the way from Aries to Pisces. And that's more so because you're mastering archetypes, not so much the zodiac sign themselves, but archetypes. Each sign has a particular archetype that you interact with on a daily basis, just depending on where the planetary alignments are, okay? So you guys definitely can keep that in mind as you are moving through this energy. So you will hear me say things like, fire energy, but not fire signs, because everyone can interact with the fire energy. But I will be definitely honing in on exactly what you guys need to know within the energy. Give me 1 second. Okay. So the goal here on this channel is about you being able to master yourself. And the way for you to master yourself is usually learned through other people. Other people can show you aspects of yourself that you didn't even know was there. Not just the negative traits, but also positive traits, right? Okay, so Jasmine said you got the download you needed to get back into your creative writing. Oh, really? How is that going? How is that raw vegan fast going, Jasmine? Okay, so let's all get grounded, guys, right? These polls are done for you to become mentally clear, mentally focused as you're moving throughout this energy, so you're able to balance your emotions, okay? So I'm going to give you some information as how we're going to be interpreting this energy, and you need to know energy is fluid. So if I say this is your energy and it doesn't feel like your energy, you want to go ahead and apply it to the situation or the person to whom your intuition is telling you it is resonating with, okay? Keep it in mind, right? The goal here is not to get stuck in any of these particular archetypes of energy, but the goal is for you to master and evolve past all of this shit, so you no longer even have to dwell within the confinements of any of these particular signs, okay? So when you hear me reference planets, planets are the energies that's operating, okay? So that is the energy that's operating. That's the dominant energy that's operating. When you hear me reference any of the zodiac signs, that is going to be the characteristics of the energy, all right? So this is going to be how you use the energy, okay, on an individual basis, okay? When you hear me reference anything to do with houses, you need to know that the house is going to represent the circumstance or the environment, okay, that makes the blueprint of what the planet, aka the operating energy, wants to tell the story in, okay? So right now, I would say the operating energy that we're dealing with is Aries. So that is the sign that is telling us and dictating exactly what the collective world is dealing with now, okay? Externally. So that's the energy that's being externally shown to the world, okay? Everybody is being affected by the Aries energy. And it gives you an opportunity for you to be able to take action, maybe do some spiritual warfare, or argue, just depending on where you want the energy. Some people like to argue, right? Aries can debate shit. So, and they want to debate shit with facts. Okay. So Aries are great debaters. They want to debate everything, and everything needs to be factually proven. So just be mindful of that energy. You may find people want to debate shit that you're not even, like, it's not even worth it to you, okay? So here we go. Keeping in mind, 3, 6, and 9 all is mental energy. So what we're doing in this poll is really helping you to become mentally unblocked, so you can see exactly what's going on emotionally, where you may need to take action so you can manifest the experience that you really want, okay? So We're starting off with Capricorn is showing up in the pool today. We're going to get into that. Pisces is showing up in the pool today. We're going to get into that. And Mercury is showing up in the pool today. We're going to get into that. I'm going to ask for clarification. So the overall energy is saying that it is time to achieve things, because Capricorn is all about structure, order, but it's also about discipline and work, hard work, getting things done. All right. Pisces energy can be an energy where you're awakening to your truth about what this shit really is, right? This can be an opportunity through Neptune to, I want to say, tap into your great awareness of your spiritual nature, your spiritual sovereignty. Pisces energy can be known as the dustpan of the zodiac sign, because by the time you get to the Pisces sign, you should have learned enough to distinguish what's an illusion and what's not, right? This energy in Pisces is going to ask you, hey Tosh, the energy in Pisces is going to ask you to see past illusions. Everything in Pisces can be sensitized, right? They're like an energetic sponge. With Pisces, it's like an energetic sponge. So you can literally pick up on other people's energy, other people's mental thoughts, other people's negativity. So you want to be mindful, because this is showing up in your sixth placement, which has to do with your willpower, right? And we're going to talk about your willpower as well as accountability as we move through this reading, okay? And it's not just accountability times for the people that's doing fuckery. It's also accountability time for each and every one of us, okay? Showing up in your 9th placement, you have Mercury. This is all about messages, and Mercury is the planet of communication. Mercury rules Gemini, okay? And it also rules Virgo, right? Virgo can be over analytical, and Gemini energy, you can also get too caught up in your head, or maybe feeling like you need to over explain to things too much. You can be quite talkative, okay? And this may not necessarily be the season for you to talk a lot, but maybe listen more. Communication doesn't always have to do so much with you talking, but sometimes it has to do with you listening, okay? All right, so we're going to take a look at the Capricorn energy and see exactly what you need to know here, right? We're starting off with Capricorn energy. And when we're dealing with the Capricorn energy, what you guys need to know, Capricorn's energy is 10th house energy, right? And within the 10th house energy, we're really talking about energy here where you can take action here. This is about your reputation also. This is law. This is order. This is structure. This can also be change, right? But it can also be, this is a house of children also, okay? And I want to say it doesn't necessarily have to do maybe with physical children. This could also be childlike behavior, okay? So we're going to get into that, all right? Because that could also be childlike behavior. So, because Capricorn energy can be stubborn energy. It could be energy where you're throwing the baby out with the bathwater and you're not looking at the situation or the whole thing in totality. You're only looking at one aspect of the situation, okay? So it's kind of like, okay, this apple tree done dropped the one bad apple. So instead of just throwing out this apple, I'm going to cut the whole tree down and fuck the whole shit. Just fuck it. Right? Okay. So what do you want us to know about Capricorn? What do you want us to know about Capricorn and this energy? What do you want us to know about Capricorn and this energy? We're going to start off. We're going to start off here with air signs, okay? Air signs are going to represent Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. If you are not an air sign, the way that you're going to apply this message is to your thinking, okay? So air energy is the element of your thoughts, your thinking, your intellect, all right? And right now, we're dealing with Capricorn's energy, so your thinking may need to be disciplined. You may need to get goal-oriented and structured. Some of you may still be holding on from the past, okay? Some of you may still be holding on to something from the past, especially pertaining money, okay? And this could be connected to family too. Maybe how you make money for the family. Maybe somebody in the family did you dirty with money. Clarify that. The Hermit card is showing up. I really feel like this energy right now for everyone. Just so you know, this is definitely about making sure that you're paying attention to the new ways for you to create an income. All right, especially creating an income through passion. We have Uranus in Taurus right now. That is going to be breaking things up. That's going to be bringing in maybe some rebellion. That's going to be bringing in maybe you don't feel necessarily like you want to do things traditionally. Maybe you might not want to work in a traditional job anymore. Maybe you might find, I think Nomadic Goddess talked about tapping into her creative writing. You may find creatively with that energy in Taurus, it's going to ask you to think about new ways for you to gain stability. Okay. And I want to say this could be stability based on where you are. This could be stability mentally or emotionally, all right? But it looks like either you, my lovely air signs, are replaying something in your head that disappointed you. You're maybe even looking in hermit mode. You may have pulled back from someone or pulled back from the situation. Queen of Wands. It's kind of like here, lesson learned, okay, or I'm going to apply the lesson that I've learned this time around, okay, or at least Capricorn is asking you to do that. Capricorn's energy is asking you to apply the energy the next time around, because Capricorn is also the energy of the timekeeper, which means Capricorn have a really good aspect about them of keeping receipts. Okay, so it looks like you guys may have been disappointed here. It is asking you for some maturity here. Okay, whether this is in the workplace or the home. But I definitely feel with this King of Pentacles energy, this could be a home situation. Okay, the Hermit card, as well as the Queen of Wands, is letting me know that somebody's in their head thinking about maybe their role they're playing in this or how they need to move in this. Somebody's pulled back. This is energy of pulling back, getting quiet, being introspective. And the Queen of Wands energy is showing up here, which means this is energy that's confident and you learned your lesson. And this energy is also like forward moving energy. This is fire energy. So there's some type of action that's going to be required once you've come out of hermit mode. Okay. So air signs. Yep. Somebody may have done something to hurt you. All right. So you're definitely disappointed and hurt by this. All right. Whatever this is. Yep. Somebody that you cared about or something that you cared about. Or something that you... Yeah, something that you cared about. Someone that you cared about. Okay. There was something here that brought some disappointment. Maybe something that you thought you could have achieved. Maybe you've been putting the time in something or someone. Okay. This definitely feels like this is... I don't know why the word history is popping up. Either there's history between you and this person, or you and this energy, whatever this project or whatever this is, or you wanted to create history with this person. Okay. All right. What else do you want my wonderful air signs to know? What do you want air signs to know about being sensitive in this Pisces energy? What do you want air signs to know? What do you want air signs to know? Okay. All right. Remember, Pisces is energy of illusion, and it's saying emotional sensitivity here. If you're an intuitive and if you're an empath, you want to trust your intuition. Somebody may have feel like they were lied to. Okay, or somebody may feel like somebody's not telling the truth, or somebody's getting away with something here. Okay. Somebody feel like somebody could be sneaky. All right. You got the Wheel of Fortune paired with the Six of Cups. So the Wheel of Fortune is saying that whatever this is that you feel disappointed about, whatever this is that you've had to pull back from, whatever this is that you've really had to see the truth in. We're not talking about creating illusions. We're not talking about creating the narrative because you're not being accountable for your own feelings, thoughts, and actions. So we're not talking about you doing fuckery in a situation and then blaming somebody else because you were not able to manage your emotions, which then triggered you and then you reacted. We're not talking about that type of shit, right? We're not talking about that type of illusion. We're talking about you being sensitive to know your role that you've played in this, right? Being sensitive to know the deceit that may have taken place. And I want to say this because what I'm picking up now that we're talking about accountability to, the deceit that came into play for some of you may not have even been somebody lying to you. This could have been you lying to yourself about the situation. Right? Because this could be something from the past or someone from the past, all right? And someone from the past you felt like you had a future with. You felt like maybe this may have been a turning point, or something from the past you felt may have been a turning point here. You may have judged this wrong, or there could be some type of fear about whatever this transformation or this change was bringing in, or the responsibility that came with this change. This could be love. This could be friendship. This could be something in alignment as far as you building something with someone, right? This could be relatives. This could be sibling, right? Keeping in mind, once again, Capricorn energy deals with children, but it could also deal with childlike behavior, immaturity. Okay, so it doesn't necessarily mean physical children, but some of you could be dealing with your physical children, right? But there's some type of judgment going on here, aka this is Pluto's energy. Gemini energy is here, right, in the Lover's card. So it's some type of transformation that should have come through some type of communication, and it doesn't look. Somebody lied. Air sign, somebody lied. You either ain't tell the truth about really what you've been feeling and thinking, or they haven't told the truth about what went down or what they've been feeling and thinking. But there is a lie here someplace, okay? So whether if you're an air sign or not, remember this is in your thinking energy, okay? So if you're not an air sign, somebody's been lying about what they've really been thinking, okay? Whether this is disappointment, you've been disappointed about something, and that's in your thoughts, okay? And once again, that don't necessarily mean that you're disappointed with anyone. It could be you being disappointed with you and not telling the truth about really what you want or how you feel. And I got to say, one of the things that I've been noticing is like I have some apologies to make because I haven't been telling the truth about what I can handle in this season, right? As far as maybe taking on too much responsibility and not being able to give all of the things that I've put on my plate time, right? So I may have been, indirectly telling some lies about what I can handle right now and what I can't. So I have to pull back and go into hermit mode and reevaluate some stuff, right? And a lot of this is, and let me just say this. Part of being accountable to yourself, right, is being honest with what you can and what you can't do. And I'm learning that firsthand. Okay? Part of being honest with yourself is knowing what you put limitations on with yourself. Part of being honest with yourself and being accountable is knowing your triggers. Part of being honest and being accountable with yourself is knowing what's your shit and what's not yours. And the only way you can know what's not your shit and what's not yours is by constantly checking in with yourself. Constantly checking in with yourself. And what worked for you last month may not have necessarily worked this month. What worked for you last year, 2-3 years ago, may not work for you now. And that's okay. That's okay, right? So there's something going on here where you need to be more truthful about what you're thinking, air signs. And if you're not an air sign, you need to be more truthful with how you communicate about what you're really thinking, okay? Mercury is showing up here and saying this is about communication, but you're going to have to communicate your truth. And let me just tell you this, okay? Your truth may not be subject to everybody else's truth, which means your truth may be different from somebody else's truth. It don't mean that it's not your truth. It just means that it don't match with somebody else's perception of what the situation is, right? Now, One of the things I can tell you on the spiritual walk is you get to a place where you have to learn neutrality, how to be neutral. And when you learn how to be neutral, nothing really works against you. Everything works for you. There are really no mistakes because you're able to go back and take all of the things that you missed and apply them the next time around. So there are really no mistakes. They're only experiences, right? And you get to a place also where you understand that there can be no good without evil. There can be no up without down. There can be no in without out. you know, um, there can be, everything is duality in this realm. So there's a duality for everything. Okay. There's an opposite side of everything. Everything has a shadow. All right. So when you begin to understand that everything has a shadow, a lot of the things that you take personally, you don't need to. A lot of the things that you beat yourself up for, you don't need to, right? Everybody's on a walk. We're all on a path. We're all on a path. And this is not everybody's graduation. All right. So you got Mercury coming in, and Mercury is saying the Six of Cups and the Queen of Swords. So you got Mercury coming in. The Six of Swords in reverse means that somebody is holding on to baggage, right? The Queen of Swords is saying that there is communication, and it's clear, but this communication could be a little assertive. I don't want to say, and maybe even cold to some people based on your perception of, of the situation, right? But somebody's still holding on to baggage. There's still something somebody's holding on to, and they're clearly communicating it. And it may be a little cold, okay, maybe not even cold, maybe matter of factly, okay? Maybe matter of factly. Somebody may have thought they had options and feel like they don't have any direction anymore. Somebody may have thought that they had an option, or there was choices there. Somebody may have lied about a choice that they had. The Chariot card is showing up here, right? You also have the Fool card showing up. When the Fool card show up, the Fool card is Uranus energy. We have a lot of Uranus energy in the play. When the Chariot cards show up, we're dealing with energy here. That's Cancer's energy, which is about tradition. Somebody's not with the tradition no more and maybe don't feel like they have a clear sense of direction anymore. And you're going to have to take a leap of faith based on the messages that you're getting. All right. Based on the messages that you're getting, you're going to have to take a leap of faith. This is not the season for you to pretend like shit is not going down. Right? You got Pisces here saying you can either come out of this with a great awakening and a great understanding of the situation and really get out your head about the situation, right? Or you can believe the bullshit. And part of believing the bullshit is right here with this Fool card, not taking the leap of faith that you know you need to take. You know that silent voice in your head that tells you something? Or there's that inner feeling, that inner knowing that you can't really explain, but it just keeps nudging at you. It just keeps nudging at you, right? That's what you need to pay attention to in this season. And I'm not talking about the negative. Okay, so let me explain this. I'm not talking about the negative voices, all right? Because let's get straight about the spiritual walk, okay? When you're dealing with raising your vibration, and you've gotten to a certain level in your vibration, you really don't have to battle so much with a dominant negative voice because you'll be able to distinguish, right, what energy is here internally to help you and what other energy is in your atmosphere, right, that's also not trying to help you. You'll be able to distinguish. And sometimes it comes through people, but sometimes it also comes through your head, your mind. Okay. You can tap into other energy fields that you can't see. Okay. And sometimes you can walk into a room where you've had a whole bunch of negativity in that room and it leaves a signature energy print. So this is why it's important for you to check in with yourself, for you to know what's your shit and what's not. But your higher self is never going to tell you anything fucked up that you should do to you. or against you. It's going to call you on yourself. It's going to check you on yourself, but it's never going to bring you into play to question your truth about who you are. If anything, it's going to ask you and require you to step into who you truly are. But it's not going to give you no negative advice for you to hurt yourself, okay? It's not going to do that. But there are energies around you in vortexes that you can't step into that will do that. All right? Okay, so now mentally is saying whatever it is that you're holding on to, whether if you're an air sign, it's time for you to let it go. Okay, it's time for you to let it go. Whatever the situation and this message came in that was hurting you, you know internally the choice that you need to make, you know the decision that you need to make, and you just need to make it. Right? You may not be able to explain to everyone your choice that you've made, but if people love you, right, they'll get over it and they'll understand, because at the end of the day, you have to do what you need to do to protect your own emotional and mental well-being. Okay? All right, so let's move on to water energy. What do you want water energy to know about this Capricorn achieve? What do you want water signs to know? If you're not a water sign, we're talking about your emotional energy here, okay? Don't give up. Remember, Capricorn energy can throw the baby out with the bathwater. You got the Page of Swords. You may be dealing with someone or a situation that there have been conversations, promises made but not delivered, okay? And you may be feeling like you want to give up and saying don't give up, persevere and push through some stuff, right? And I really kind of feel like somebody could be talking shit in this energy too, right? Yep, Eight of Cups, there's something here that's disappointment. There's some type of disappointment going on here. If you're not a water sign, which is going to be Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio, this is going to represent your emotions, okay? Now, remember, 10th house energy is ruled by Saturn, right? So when we're dealing with 10th house energy, we're dealing with Saturn's energy. So we're dealing with energy that can be disciplined. We're dealing with energy that can be hardworking. We're dealing with energy that's going to require you to be mature and responsible. But because everything has an opposite, right? If you have an archetype in Saturn that's asking you to be mature and responsible, guess what? The flip side to that is some people are going to be immature and unresponsible, right? So be mindful of that as you're moving throughout this energy, okay? So there's some type of disappointment going on there, but with the Eight of Swords in reverse is saying that you have a way out. You really, and the Eight of Swords, you may just need to have that conversation. I'm telling you, there's something about Mercury in that communication. Water signs, you need to have some type of conversations. You may have made some promises. All right, you may have, and I told y'all recently what I've learned that I've done is made commitments to things, and then it's too much on my plate, so I have to go make some apologies, right? So, yep, there's disappointment here, but you have the choice to have that conversation and relieve yourself from the situation, whatever this is. The Pisces energy is saying, all right, there's newness coming in. There's a change. There's an end of something and a beginning of something here, okay? Yep. And this has to do with legacy, family, money, new job, new opportunities, okay? Stability when it comes to the home as well as your finances, all right? This is showing up in your sixth placement, your willpower, the power to create or destroy, which means watch your mouth when you're dealing with things too, okay? Then you have the Knight of Swords in reverse, okay? That's energy where somebody's rushing in, is frustrated energy, maybe having... and you want to be mindful. It's saying be mindful not to rush in and speak a whole bunch of shit and use words you can't take back. You could be dealing with a Leo here. So be mindful not to be easily triggered, because we're still dealing with Pisces energy, all right? So be mindful not to be easily triggered here. Be mindful not to be easily triggered in your emotions, all right? It's going to require you to be patient as you're moving throughout this week. So please be mindful of that. Emotionally, you're going to have to be patient. All right. So when it comes over to Mercury energy, there's a Tower moment happening here. And I kind of feel with the Tower card upright, this is a change. I feel like this is a change that you're prepared for. All right, even though it may be a surprise to you, it may have caught you off guard. This is a change that you were prepared for, right? Look at this. You got the Queen of Swords, which means that you're going to take assertion in this. Speak your truth in this, okay? Whatever the situation is, yep. Know that you have options, okay? You do not have to get stuck, or you do not have to be fearful. The one thing I am going to say is do not emotionally manipulate yourself. Do not emotionally manipulate the situation. All right. So when this conversation happens, or this text message happens, or this face-to-face conversation happens about what you were disappointed about, what interactions was going on, we know that there's going to be conversations that needs to be had, because Uranus is doing a lot of things in friendships areas and relationships. Okay. Your love relationships. So right now, if you are not friends with your partner, you can find that you're butting heads a lot in this energy. Okay. Uranus, aka Aquarius, is in Mars. Okay. So if you had things that you guys were not dealing with, this Mars energy can definitely bring up a whole bunch of conflict and stuff that you guys will not be able to avoid in this energy. Okay. So emotionally, you want to don't give up. Don't allow yourself to be triggered, right? Capricorn energy is saying, remember what the goal is, right? Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. Means that you can pull your receipts, but that don't mean you got to return everything. Just get a refund for the things that's not working for you. So instead of returning everything, right, pull your receipts. You don't have to return everything. You can just ask for a refund for the things that's not working for you, right? Emotionally, you're going to have to watch yourself so you're not triggered, because there is triggered energy here on the board. And when we're dealing with, if you're a water sign, your message is not to be emotionally manipulative. If you're not a water sign, your message is don't allow people to have you as an emotional puppet as you're moving throughout this energy this week. Okay. And the air energy and how you were thinking is basically telling you, watch how you think this week. Watch how you're moving and how you think. If you're still walking around with resentment, if you're still walking around with disappointment, if you're still walking around with your head full of like old pattern fucked up shit, you need to walk around who you're giving space to, mental space, emotional space, right? Because you may have to share walls with somebody, right? You may have to share 4 walls with somebody, but that don't necessarily mean that you gotta share space with somebody. Okay, so be mindful of that. Mental energy this week is watch your thinking about replaying negative shit. Emotional energy this week is saying watch how you respond to things. Okay, you got Temperance on the board, so you got Sagittarius and Leo on the board. You got Saturn on the board. Okay. You also have Mercury on the board. Mercury is showing up a lot. Mercury's showing up a lot. So I kind of feel like there's going to be a lot of communication happening. And for some people, I feel like silent communication, like silent daggers, right? For some people, they're purposely going to cut their mouth speech because they know that fucks with people. That messes with whoever it is. Okay. Some people are going to choose to just be like, fuck it, I'm not even having this conversation with you. I'm done. Oh, I can abandon all of this stuff because you're sensitive and too much in your feelings, right? So be mindful of that. Be mindful of that. Okay, so now let's move on to fire energy. Fire energy is going to be action. That is going to be Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius. Okay, so this is how you're moving. What is your action as you're moving throughout this week? What action you need to pay attention to? All right, how you need to move in your action with Capricorn's energy. Remember, Capricorn energy can be hard working, right? But it can also be dealing with authority, and some people may have a problem with authority. Okay. Capricorn's energy also sets limits, so you want to be mindful of that. All right. So something from the past, something that's bringing back nostalgia, is happening with the Capricorn energy, all right? Maybe something or someone that you love. We got Ace of Cups, something that's in alignment, okay? Oh, shit, I thought it was in alignment. You got the Justice card here. So somebody feel like something happened and something, a relationship from the past, or somebody from your past, or somebody that you've been close to for a while now. Something happened in the relationship where you feel like there was some unfairness. You could be dealing with Libra's energy here, okay? Ace of Pentacles. This situation could have affected your money, maybe even your livelihood, if you're living with this person, okay? So somebody could have done something or reacted a way because they thought something was unfair that affected either money, or the home situation. Once again, Capricorn's energy is showing up here. And the one thing I keep saying with this Capricorn energy is don't throw the baby out with the bathwater, okay? This energy is going to cause you to be disciplined, but this energy is also going to cause you to, I want to say concentrate. All right. This energy deals with dignity, but it's also very formal energy, very structured, very ordered, right? So in that energy, the minute something is off in how you think it should go, if you're a fire sign, if you're dealing with the fire energy where you maybe react too fast, the minute, okay, because this is something that I want to say, this is something that you are someone that you felt good about. This is someone that you actually like having in your space. You know, they brought some type of nostalgia, maybe some type of comfort, okay? Something or someone that you love. But something happened where you feel like there was no justice. Someone may have lied. Someone may not be telling the truth, and this affected either a living situation, a work situation, or a money situation, right? Now, when we're dealing with the Pisces energy, you got the Death card. Scorpio is showing up here also. There's some type of transformation happening here. And the transformation is happening maybe in the way you see the situation, maybe in the way you feel about the situation or this person, okay? You got the Page of Pentacles. You could be dealing with someone that's immature, right? But you could also be dealing with energy with the Page of Pentacles with somebody saying, I don't know if I really want to waste my time here. Like, I've invested all of this shit and I don't, where's the option? Somebody's not taking responsibility for their actions. Somebody may have thought that they had choices or they had time. But within that choice or that time frame, they were not taking responsibility for their actions. And this is probably where the injustice comes in with the money and the home thing, or the work situation, right? Or somebody now sees clearly the injustice that was going on in the relationship. Somebody now sees clearly the injustice that was going on in the relationship. You could be dealing with a Scorpio. You could be dealing with a Libra. And remember, that Justice card is Libra energy and it's in reverse, which means somebody could have clearly been sticking their head in the sand about what was going on in this relationship, okay? Now, keep it in mind, right? Remember, somebody was not telling the truth about how they really felt, right? When we looked at how you were thinking and where the thoughts were, where people's thoughts were, somebody was not being truthful and honest about how they really felt, which then caused people to get in their emotions because you weren't telling the truth about how you really felt, okay? So there's something going on here, my loves, where you're going to have to see the truth in this situation and then take responsibility for the role that you played, okay? And can I just say this for somebody, like, and I'm sorry may not be enough. It just may be time for you to walk away. Okay? I'm sorry may not necessarily be enough. All right? What is Mercury saying for my wonderful fire signs? What is Mercury saying? Remember, Mercury is all about communication. All right? Positive moving forward. All right? Now, if you're not a fire sign, remember, this is you just taking action. All right? So there's a positive move forward. The Hierophant is in reverse. When we're dealing with the Hierophant energy, please be aware that we're dealing with Taurus's energy. This is determination, right? Now, this is you being able to deal with authority figures. This is you being able to really gauge your spiritual and what you may be able to think as your moral compass, okay? This is you searching for a deeper meaning in things, all right? So remember how I started off the video by telling you communication doesn't always mean that you got to talk. Sometimes you just need to listen, because it's not always what people say, but what they don't say, right? There's messages being communicated even in silence. There is a change happening here, but it's not going to be, I want to say you're going to have to search for the meaning in this change. You're going to have to search for the meaning in this change. Remember, you may not feel like you have options here, but you got to take responsibility. You have to reevaluate this change and this transformation that's happening based on how you are moving. We're talking about your actions here, right? Now, when we deal with this Pisces, I have a Pisces son. Let me tell y'all something about Pisces. He think he know everything. That young man thinks he knows everything. He thinks he knows everything, and he can dish it, but he can't take it. He like to dish it, but he can't always take it. So Pisces like sometimes can dish it, but emotionally they can't really take that weapon like that emotionally, because they're energetic sponges. Energetic sponges. So it's going to be important for you to pause and think before you react. Do not do things in this season with your actions to get a response, because you may not like the response that you're getting. Take responsibility. Take responsibility for your part. You're going to have to take responsibility for your part. You got the King of Pentacles and the King of Swords in reverse. You got two kings in reverse. That's a lot of machismo energy on the board. Something ain't right in the home and in the finances, and the King of Swords energy. This is even like verbal abuse, type energy, or someone that's abusing their power, or someone, I want to say, someone that's just mean because they can be, is what I'm picking up, all right, in this situation. And they may think they have you backed into a corner here. So it feels like somebody may be doing or saying something to get a reaction or to get you triggered. Or you're replaying something in this situation, right, that's triggering. Because you feel like there's some injustice over here. You don't understand how this person got away with this. I want to say the beautiful thing about this is you do have the Two of Wands and the Six of Wands. So your future is going to be fine. You're going to get your confidence back. Three of Swords is in reverse, which means that the healing is coming forth. There may be a little depression now, but you need to know that you can walk away from all of that. Five of Cups is showing up in reverse, and that means that you have an opportunity to do something different. Do something different with your actions. If your first action normally is to curse somebody out, that you need to do something different. Maybe pause and think, not respond emotionally, not respond hot-headed, right? Not respond so cold, right? Invite your feminine nature to come back into your situations when you're dealing with things. And I want to say maybe even dealing with yourself. Not so much other people, but dealing with yourself. You need both your feminine and your masculine energy, right? Aries energy is a masculine sign, so it can come across very masculine. If you have a masculine sign, then you are responsible for, especially if you're a woman, all right? So if you're a woman and you were born under a masculine energy, right, you're going to have to learn to tap into your feminine energy, because you can, just by nature and the archetype in which you have, right, you can come across very masculine, okay? So just pay attention to that. You need to balance your masculine and your feminine energy. Okay, so we're going to take a look at your logical mind. We're going to take a look at what you need to do for manifestation, okay, or what your manifestation is going to be looking like. So this is going to be earth energy, okay? This is going to be your logical side, your practical side, the doing side, okay? This is going to be Capricorn, Virgos, and Taurus. So we're looking at your money, how you analyze things for your health and your well-being, as well as order and structure that's coming in. Money stability is Taurus. Capricorn is order, structure, and Virgo is your health and your well-being overall, okay? All right, so Capricorn energy is saying the King of Pentacles is back and the Knight of Wands. What's going on at home? What's going on at home, guys? I feel like the King of Pentacles showed up pretty much in all of the reads so far, right? I know there's a lot going on in the world today. But what's going on at home? Have you been taking care of others more than you've been taking care of yourself? See, but this is paired with the Knight of Wands energy. So this says to me that somebody could have maybe made a move too fast before they thought about it. And they're sitting up under the Capricorn energy. So that's definitely possible. Somebody may have moved too fast without thinking about it. And it affected the home situation. Seven of Wands. Now you feel like giving up. Now you feel overwhelmed. Frustration. Now you're frustrated. Ooh. Now you were frustrated. Six of Cups. Yep. This was about something that brought you happiness, or someone that brought you happiness. There's good memories from whatever this is. Stability. But you may have reacted too fast. Somebody may have pulled the trigger too fast on something here. Okay. What do you want my wonderful earth signs to know? Yep, somebody's in their head. Somebody's not doing well. There could be depression, not feeling so confident, sleepless nights, anxiety. Somebody's having anxiety. What is the anxiety about? What is the anxiety about? Love. Ace of Cups. Security. Help. Somebody may not necessarily feel like they have that help and that security, that support system that they need. Okay. What you want them to know about the Pisces energy and their sensitivity? What do you want my earth energy and the earth elements to know? All right, practically. What do you want them to know? What do you want us to know? Okay, so pay attention to the illusion that you don't have enough and you're not enough. If you're dealing with some shit right now and you're an earth sign, or if you're dealing with stuff and you can't find a practical way to handle things, okay? Pay attention to the Six of Wands. Somebody may not feel so confident, or somebody may have fell from grace, but it's paired with the Strength card, which is Leo's energy, right? There's literally lightning going on outside and it's hitting the lake. So when the lightning flashes, the reflection actually is like lighting up the whole lake. It's so beautiful, y'all. Okay, so let's see. Page of Pentacles showing up once again. I'm looking around. Where's the return of my investment? I just said that. Somebody don't feel like they got their return on their investment. Seven of Pentacles is showing I put in the work. I put in the work, but the Page of Pentacles in reverse, I don't want this. This is not what I paid for. Deep contemplation. Somebody's in deep contemplation about whatever the situation is. That's why they're staying up at night. You need to be able to see this. And what I'm hearing here is you may have to change your perspective on this. If you're holding on to old shit and you're not dealing with your shit, You need to change your projection on this. If you're holding on to other people's shit in this situation that has you up at night, you need to change your perception on this. You're not, because it's going to be a common denominator situation here. So it's going to be like same situation, different face, but you the common denominator. Okay. So you need to pay attention. Anything that's reoccurring in your experience, but with different faces. Hi. Anything that's reoccurring, but it has different faces, you need to understand that pay attention to you. You may be the common denominator. Okay. What is the messages? Hangman, the King of Wands. Okay. You got the Hangman energy showing up. Okay. There's some type of decision that needs to be made. Stop being on the fence. Speak your truth. You've been through enough. You've been through enough. Speak your truth. Once again, your truth is relatively subject to you only. It may not apply to everybody else's truth. That does not mean that it's not your truth, okay? But just know your truth may not be everybody else's truth, and you're going to have to be okay with that. Page of Wands. Paired with the Three of them. Okay. Page of Wands paired with the Three of Wands. There's some type of announcement coming in, but I kind of feel with the three of Wands in reverse, somebody turned their back in the situation, like they don't see a future here. Somebody could have gotten a message. Somebody may have made a decision. Yep, Ace of Cups in reverse. Somebody may have made a decision. Ace of Cups in reverse. Somebody was disappointed. Whatever happened broke their heart. It was disappointing. It was painful. You do have the Justice card showing up finally outright. Finally, the Justice card is showing up outright. But it's paired with the Eight of Swords in reverse. Which means you got to see yourself out of this situation. Justice is coming in. Eight of Swords, yeah, there's a walkaway, letting go, releasing. Bottom of the deck, there's still messages coming in. Okay, Page of Swords is here. On the real though, people may be afraid of the change because you do have the Judgment card showing up in reverse again. So there's some type of message coming in telling you that you're going to have to change. You're going to have to transform. If you want to be able to get the outcome that you want, you're going to have to transform. So let me tell you right now, you're going to see an increase of mental breakdowns and mental instability. It's already starting to show. And if you're watching signs and symbols, they already put it out there in the media for you to show you that this is what's the signs of the times, okay? I don't have to tell you what happened the other day on Nobody Award show, but just pay attention, right? So it's already telling you that the mental break is real, right? We talked about this a couple of years ago, or maybe a year and a half ago, where they may start putting social workers and stuff with the police for people that are not mentally stable. So what I am telling you right now is people are not doing mentally well. They're easily triggered emotionally and mentally, and it is important enough for you to know your shit. When you know what triggers you mentally and emotionally, you cannot be anyone's emotional or mental puppet. All right? Ain't nobody perfect, you know, but if you're honest and truthful to yourself, look at, you know, like, what else is there? Somebody's always going to have something to say about what you do or not doing. Somebody's always going to have something to say about how you could do it better, how you're not doing it better, right? The question is, what conversations are you having with yourself? Are you being accountable for your own emotions? Are you being accountable for your own thoughts? Are you being accountable for your own actions, right? Which then produces your experience, your physical manifestation. Like, are you being responsible for that stuff? All right, let's get some messages from the oracles and see. So we're still along the lines, right? Let me just recap for those of you that have joined us. This is your 369 pull, okay? 369 is mental energy. You cannot manifest anything on this realm without first activating your mental energy. Everything is mental. 3 deals with your imagination and your creativity. 6 deals with your willpower, the power to create or destroy, and 9 deals with completion, being able to take responsibility for your mind, being able to do things using your ambition on the physical realm, and being able to execute things with purpose on a spiritual or soul realm. You should be doing things purposeful. And if you don't understand the purpose of it, it's okay for you to ask what the purpose of it is, right? This week, you are being asked to pay attention to what you're achieving or not achieving, right? Capricorn's energy, order, structure, discipline, hard working, but Capricorns can also pull receipts. And, instead of them just returning maybe what they don't need, they may just return everything that they got in the bag, right? Or throw the baby out with the bathwater. So it's asking you to be mindful of that as you're moving throughout the week. Pay attention to Pisces energy because this is sensitivity, emotional sensitivity. Pisces energy can be like an energetic sponge, which means that you can take on somebody's narrative or you can create a narrative that's not a true narrative and that can keep you stuck, okay? Mercury's coming in with messages. Now, Mercury is also the ruler of Gemini, which is all about communication. And it's also the ruler of Virgo, your health and your well-being, okay? Your overall health and well-being. So you want to be mindful of those things, okay? So let's just see what your oracle message is. Now, once again, if you're part of the Patreon community, your reading will be up tomorrow with a bonus added to it. I did not get to post it today, so you guys will get that tomorrow. And I will be back here on Monday with the astrology check-in. I will also be back next Wednesday with the tarot portion of the astrology check-in. I got a lot of new stuff coming for you guys. As soon as I'm able to organize it in the background, you're going to start seeing stuff pop out on my social media, okay? I just talked about all of this, y'all. I can't, man, listen. You see, I can't make this shit up. I can't, okay? Harmony and balance, which means that you're going to have to be truthful. This is not the season for you to... Hi, how are you? This is not the season for you to be lying to anybody, including yourself. I don't know if you guys can hear that. I want to make sure that the power is not going on. This is not the season for you oh, thank you for subscribing. I appreciate it. This is not the season for you to be disharmonious with yourself. And when I say disharmonious with yourself, meaning checking in, does this feel right? Is this what I want to do? Am I acting out of fear? Am I doing something to get a reaction? Right? Am I doing something because whatever the reason is, really at this point, whatever the reason is. Mine's is procrastination. Sometimes I do things because, I procrastinate. And a new thing that I told y'all that I've become aware of is I have to be mindful not to make promises in this season because I can overcommit myself to things. I can overcommit myself to something and then put too much on my plate and then feel overwhelmed and get frustrated because I may not be able to execute everything the way that I want to, right? So harmony within self. Does it feel right? Start there. What am I feeling? In the way that you have to move within this season, if somebody makes you mad, somebody makes you angry, somebody makes you doubt, somebody makes you question, you need to know how to go in, check into yourself, okay? To find out exactly what you're feeling. Oh shit, I'm mad. Why am I mad? Oh man, that made me think about when, last year when Todd did this, and then that made me, and then when Todd did this, that took me back to when I was 14, and then this happened at 14. This is how you start to unpack and deal with your shit. I promise you, a lot of the triggers that you have nothing to do with you as a grown-ass adult. This has to do with thoughts and collection of things that you have kept, right, over time. So please know that, all right? Tell yourself the truth is what it's saying. Throat chakra energy. Throat chakra energy, once again, that's Gemini's energy. Communicate. You're going to have to do some talking. Communication also does not just have to do with you talking. If you talk too much, your communication lesson is going to be listening. Okay? So no, you please know that your communication message is going to be listening in this energy. All right? Okay, so if you're just joining, I just went through all 4 elements. So all 12 zodiac signs were in the 4 elements. We did the 369 pull. So you guys know how to move through the week energetically from your mental and your emotional plane. There's some shit that you guys have to deal with. There's some conversations that you may need to have or not because you've been talking too much, right? The goal this week is not to throw the baby out with the bathwater. Capricorn's energy is asking you to be disciplined in how you're thinking. It's asking you to be disciplined in your emotions, which means that you don't get to throw a temper tantrum and curse somebody out just because you can. You understand what I'm saying? It's going to ask you not to allow yourself to be emotionally triggered, because when you're emotionally triggered, guess what? You're somebody else's emotional puppet. So if I can come in and poke at you and make you mad, guess what? You're my puppet. Okay? And whoever controls you emotionally controls you mentally and also controls your actions, which then controls your manifestation and your reality. Okay? So be mindful of that. Be mindful of that, okay? So you're being asked this week to man your emotions and man your feelings. Deal with the shit that come up. Be honest and take accountability for what you want and what you don't want. It's okay for you to say no, I can't right now. It's okay for you to say hell no. Sometimes it's okay for you to say fuck no, or no to the no, whatever it is, right? But it's okay for you to say no. It's okay for you to say I'm sorry in this season. Right? And the I'm sorry, just so you know, the I'm sorry doesn't necessarily have to go to somebody else. The I'm sorry could just be you having this conversation with yourself, letting yourself know that you're sorry for neglecting yourself. You're sorry for not loving on yourself. You're sorry for not being honest with yourself. You're sorry for putting everybody else before you. Okay? That's going to be important. Get in harmony with yourself. Tell yourself the truth. Then it allows you the space and the grace to share that truth with others, because you're going to have to communicate in this energy. Okay? It's important. All right, so I don't know if you guys have questions about the energy. Okay? If you do not have questions about the energy, you guys know the deal, right? I am here every Monday, so you want to go ahead and set your notification button. I am also here on Wednesdays. You want to set your notification button for that also, right? So on Mondays, we do the astrology breakdown to let you know where the planets are and what they're doing and how that affects you. On Wednesdays, we get into that energy that we talked about on Monday and how it applies to you with the tarot, okay? If you're part of the Patreon community, your reading is going to be up on Patreon tomorrow, and it's going to have some bonus elements to it because it did not get posted today, all right? Y'all know the deal. You got to be kind to yourself. You got to love yourself. You got to honor yourself, okay? This is not the season for you to put anyone before you. And I'm not talking about the narcissistic stuff. I'm talking about for your health and well-being. So if you're giving more of yourself than you have to give in this season, it is okay for you to say, time out. I need to stop and reevaluate how much I'm putting over here when I really need to be redirecting it over here. I can't do as much as I used to do daily vibrations every day. I can't do that anymore, y'all. That's just, I can't. It would be too draining for me, so I have to reevaluate how I want things to be structured moving forward. All right. Anybody got any questions? No personal questions, though. If you want to read in, you can go ahead and email me at the number 4, yourinnervoice@gmail.com, okay? Or you can click on any of the timeless videos in YouTube. I have over 1,000 videos. So if the message resonates, go ahead and click that button, okay? The message are timeless and energy is fluid. And depending on what's going on in the heavens, you could be going through a particular alignment in your own personal life that matches that message, okay? So y'all want to be kind to yourself. I'm going to be back here on Monday, all right? Have a nice weekend. And I will be bringing announcements probably next week of how I'm moving and when we're going to start the 100-day journey. I need to have a meeting next week to see exactly how we're looking at times and stuff. But I'll have more next week. You guys are welcome. I'm going to see you guys next week, all right? Next week, we'll probably do a little bit of love reading, too, in next week, because we have all of this Uranus energy dealing with friendships and stuff and relationships. So I think next week, we're going to pull some romance card. Bye, everybody. Have a wonderful weekend.